Hello everyone, welcome to another Kerbal Space Program episode. This one's going to go a little bit differently since I'm going to be doing the audio in post, so yeah, I'm going to be talking quite a bit differently. Well, the goal was to capture an asteroid, and it just so happened that I found one. Very close, rather small one. Yeah, this video might be a little bit fast, but I feel that my other ones are slow. So yeah, you saw I just captured, well, tracked it from the Space Center. So I decided I'd throw together a little asteroid grabber, so to speak. I ended up throwing a bunch of useless shit on it, actually. The parachutes were useful, but I mean here, I threw on some science stuff and some communitrons, and I never used it. So there was absolutely no point in me doing that. And the launch was just more or less normal. I just wanted to intercept it, so get up as fast as I could. I leaned over slightly at first because usually this kind of ship setup just flips out when you get into the upper atmosphere if you don't. So yep, just the usual launch, nothing really special to talk about. Other than the fact that it's faster than normal because I'm not doing it, you know, as a recording. Now, yeah. When coming in, I didn't realize that the asteroid was going to be so steep inclined, so I had to completely change my inclination. Almost polar inclination, in fact. The asteroid wasn't due to arrive until like 140 days, so I had plenty of time to set this up. Yeah, I still managed to derp pretty hard here. Now here, I was mostly just waiting for it, messing around with the planner. I forget what it's called, with the nav planner, whatever. I really do not forget what. I do not remember what it's called. But I was trying to get like an intercept, and I couldn't quite work it out. So I decided that instead I would drop my my speed just a little bit, and I actually did come up with a really good intercept. Yeah, so now my orbital period is lower, and I notice here that the time to intercept from that point is only 1 day, and it was around about 23 days away or so, I believe. I can't quite see the screen properly from here, but it was. I figured out how long it took, so you just saw I was waiting for it to arrive, basically. When it was a day away, I decided to start altering my my orbital trajectory, get it as close as possible. I eventually just settled on something that was acceptable and decided to shoot for it. Which is typically how you should aim for these, because hitting an asteroid is really not hard. I mean, hitting is the wrong way to put it. Rendezvousing with and capturing an asteroid is really easy when you get the hang of it. Which, of course, as you can see here, it's not that hard. It just takes a little bit of planning. So I decided that when I get up there, mostly what I want to do is match my speed to the asteroid, which is the first thing you should be considering. Get as close as you can and then match your speed to it, basically. If you do that, then you can focus on getting closer to it. Don't just try and accelerate into it. So as you can see here, it almost looks like it's going to smack into me, which it isn't, because it's only going to get around about 10,000 kilometers away anyway. 10,000 meters, rather. Yeah, so around about 10,000, rounded up. But here, I decided to do this by eye. Using the nav ball, you're able to line up your direction, your prograde, with your target, the pink thing on the nav ball. And of course, all you gotta do is slow it down when you get close, and then the rest is, well, the rest is just completely easy. Just keep your prograde lined up with your target, and then line up your grabber with it, and then you're done. I had reverse thrusters as well, reason being is because usually pulling an asteroid is easier than pushing it. So I decided that I wanted to pull it. You know, it's weird narrating this without having to swear at all the things going wrong, and in actuality this mission was really smooth, nothing went wrong at all. I used more fuel than anticipated, but there you go, clunk. Achievement, grabbed an asteroid. It's yet another milestone for Jeb. And the RCS made it really easy to rotate it. You might ask, why am I rotating the asteroid? Well, so that I can capture it. As in properly capture it, not just grab onto it and take a sample. I want to keep it. In fact, I might even carry it back to Kerbin at some point. So yeah, I was lined up with the center of mass. Problem is though, even if you line up with the center of mass, you'll still get a lot of wobble because that joint is not indestructible, it's still quite flimsy. And I use up all of my fuel in the remaining tanks here, but I don't use the science at all. I don't use the tanks, I don't use the communitrons, so completely worthless, there was no need for them. I just threw them away like a complete retard. And I decided to name it like Spud Base 1 or something. Because it looks like a potato. Let's face it, it looks like a potato. All asteroids look like potatoes until they get really huge and then they're planetoids. I must say I really like the introduction of the asteroid patch. It's just a shame you can't like walk on it. There should be enough gravity to attract him to it at least. But yeah, no, it's fine that it's there. Honestly, I expected to get more science than that, but I suppose you might get more from capturing dirt from a larger asteroid. And as far as I'm aware, it's a really good source of science because you can do it for pretty much every asteroid and get maximum science each time. So once I collected that, there was nothing left to do with it. Just basically go home. Although I will establish a science base on there at some point with an actual research lab. And then I might bring it home. So yeah, there was nothing special about this. It was just go out, capture an asteroid, get some science, come back home. No accidents, no fuss. Not like the previous missions. And then I decided to settle for some probe parts, which I did use in a test run towards Ike earlier, which ended up going really badly, but has taught me a lesson so that in a future mission to Ike, to go capture some samples, and also to Duna, I will actually be able to handle it better. But yeah, that's all there is to this. Just a simple capture mission. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.